Hey, it's coffee time. Can we talk? Just sitting back, enjoying a nice cup of coffee. Just got back from church. We went to church, and then we ran down to the store. I see on Facebook all these places having all this shortages and empty shelves and stuff, but save a lot. The dollar stores here in Jellicoe, they seem to be holding their own. I guess we're just using good logic and good judgment, not hoarding up a bunch of stuff. I think we should buy what we need, maybe get a few things extra here and there, but some people have got, like 18 family bags of toilet paper. They've got enough toilet paper to do them. Uh, if they use a roll a day for the next 2 years, they'll be fine. It could be that serious, and I just don't know it. I don't know. And I don't want to make light of it at all because it is serious and it affects a lot of people. And anytime there's a risk of anybody dying, that's pretty serious. And I think we should use good common sense and common knowledge. And the CDC is doing a great job of keeping us posted. We're taking precautions, but this too shall pass, and we'll be back on our normal scheduled routines. But until then, I think just good logic, good sound, common sense needs to play. And don't hoard up a bunch of stuff you don't need. You can use that money for something else later on. Um, I think a lot of people, I've seen it debated on here. Some people are far on one side and say, if you have faith in God, you don't need to do anything. And then other people are saying, no, you need to. We just need to use common sense that God gave us. And we need to use the word of the professionals that God has put in these positions to protect us. Uh, we have faith that God's going to get us through every day. And it's funny how this little tiny invisible virus has brought our area in America to such a quick halt. I think sometimes we run around thinking that everything's good and we're all in control. And something like this comes along that shakes our foundation a little bit. Maybe our foundation needs to be shook a little bit. I mean, sometimes we get a false sense of security that we don't need to have. Now, I'm not saying live your life in fear. I'm saying be knowledgeable of what's going on around you and just know that this is just one passing virus. The flu kills thousands a year. Uh, it takes something like this sometime to wake us up and give us a little nudge in the right direction to say, hey, we ain't near as in control as we think we are. There's always somebody of higher power than we are that is in control of these things. And a lot of times, seems like that uh, we get on a bandwagon and it passes and then we forget about it. I remember Ebola a couple of years ago, H1N1, the bird flu, the swine flu. We've had a bunch of them come through, but did we learn anything from them? Are we going to learn anything from this one? That remains to be seen. Will we do differently? Will we buy differently? I don't know. I don't know what it may change. It'll be interesting to see. I've heard some comments about people saying, "Oh, people just started washing their hands." Well, actually, um, you know, I wash my hands a lot. I have OCD. I worry about germs sometimes. People make fun of me at work, but you know who you are. But do we really wash our hands? According to the CDC, you need to wash them 30 seconds. I think a lot of times we pump a little soap on there, we rinse our hands off, we dry them, we go on, we walk away with the wet germs that we washed up real good, but they're still there. So I don't know if it's so much people just starting to wash their hands or people learn how to wash their hands. You need to wash your hands for at least 30 seconds. You need to let the water run over them. The CDC has, I thought, do I do that? Do I wash mine good enough? I'm not sure. I started this week. I'm giving them a good scrubbing, a good rinsing, fronts, backs, in between the fingers, just to make sure. And I have always used hand sanitizer. I keep it in my car. I keep it on my desk. I keep it. There's some right here with this chair. Uh, it's a good thing to use, but you can't overuse it. And I think kids can overuse it, and it affects their immune system a little bit. No, they don't have the resistance they need to from germs. But to hoard it up and put it in your garage and try to sell it for $70 a bottle, that's just not American. That's just not helping your fellow man. There's people out there who need those products. And when you're going out and clearing out shelves in stores, there's elderly and disabled and people who need the products that are there that you're just going to hoard up in your closet somewhere. Let's use some common sense and dial it down a little bit and just kind of take what they've told us, kind of do what they've told us to do, and see if we can't all get through this together. I heard a joke one time, and then my aunt reminded me of it yesterday. And this guy was sitting on his front porch, and a flood was coming, and the floodwaters got up pretty good, and this truck come right through, this big tall truck, and it said, "Come on, buddy, get in, I'll take you to safety." And he said, no, you go on. I'm going to trust the Lord to take care of me. So water got up a little bit deeper. Here come a guy on a boat, and he said, "Jump in, I'll take you to safety." And he said, no, I don't need your boat. I'm going to trust the Lord to take care of me. So he sat there a little longer where the water got on up, and now it's pretty good. And a helicopter comes flying by, and it throws down a gurney, and he says, "Jump in." He says, "No, go on. I'm going to trust the Lord to take care of me." Well, the next day, the man found himself at the pearly gates after he had drowned. And he said, "Lord, what happened? I told everybody that I was trusting you to take care of me, and yet here I am." And the Lord said, "Listen, I sent you a truck, I sent you a boat, I sent you a helicopter. You didn't heed any of those warnings. That's what happened to you." Sometimes the Lord answers our prayers, and sometimes the Lord protects us through ways like the CDC or through doctors explaining to us what we need to do. Sometimes it's not a lack of faith, it's just common sense in using the materials that have been given to us by the grace of God that He has provided for us to use and make good sound judgment. So anyway, until next time, wash your hands 30 seconds. Use a little bit of hand sanitizer. Buy what you need, but don't buy too much. And we'll get through this. This is just another bump in the way, and it's another valley. But we'll get through it. We're Americans, and we're Tennesseans, and we're strong. And we'll get through it. Until next time, have a good time and germ-free time.